with me. I've got the power of geckos and anime on my side. Ah! What up, Nuggy Gang? It's your boy, Slim Tenders, and I'm back on my bullshit with another one of these top 5 videos. But today's gonna be a little different because we're gonna be talking about tools for fools. And what I mean by that is you're a fool if you don't use these tools. Yep, that's where we are. This is where we're at as far as my creativity goes. It's just going more and more downhill. We're digging a deeper hole. Roll that intro. Now, 2 things you're probably asking yourself is, number 1, Dakota, what the hell is the Nuggy Gang? How do I want to be, that sounds like the best gang in the world. That's what I want to get. Is YouTube going to demonetize me for saying the word gang? Ooh, we might need to change the name. Might be Club. Shit. If you want to be part of the Chicken Nuggy Gang, all you gotta do is head right down there and hit that subscribe button and we'll appreciate it. You get, well, you don't really get anything, but you get to call yourself part of the Chicken Nuggy Gang, and I think that's a reward all of its own. Number 1, feeding tongs. God, where the fuck did I put the tongs? God damn it. For those of you that use feeding tongs, I know you'll find that funny, because dear God, these things have a mind of their own, and they've run away. Now let me ask you this, viewer. Are you tired of having to touch those mice with your hands, picking up this large pound rat, hurtling it towards your 7 to 8 foot boa, hoping it doesn't grab your hand while trying to bite you and then thinks your hand is food and tries to eat it? No one wants those scenarios to happen, which is why we have these bad boys. Feeding tongs. Now these bad boys will make all those problems disappear. You got roaches because they're more nutrient than crickets, but you don't want to touch roaches. Roaches are gross unless you've been working with them for 7 years and you're like, I don't really care anymore. But if you're new, you don't want to touch these roaches, so grab your tongs, do a little demo right here. Come on, you little shits. God. Boom. It's that easy. Alright, real time now. Feeding tongs are super helpful just because of the fact that, well, number 1, the whole snake thing, it's easier to have your hand out like this, or if you're feeding larger lizards such as tegus and monitors. Another way it is helpful in gaining socialization and habituation with reptiles, just because of the fact that your hand is pretty much, that's something that they fear. They're not wanting to get too close to it, so if you have food in your hand and you're trying to give it to them, they're going to be a lot more fearful of it, whether if you're using these, you have about a, 9, 11-inch gap between you, so you can usually like hold it up, around, stuff like this where the animal feels a little more comfortable taking it off these versus taking it off your bare hand. And then moving down the list, we're going to be going over number 2, a fucking gallon jug misting system. I don't know about you guys, but I own hella animals. So many animals, it is just intense. But when I first started, I didn't have that many, so I just let me just get off screen real quick. Oops. So I just had this bad boy, little good to go. But, oh, that sprayed on me. Now, there was a point in my life where I didn't have a misting sprayer thing, and I was using something like this. Well, I usually just had like 5 or 6 reptiles, most were like crested geckos and stuff, and I'll tell you, the grip muscles, they were swole, very swole, because I had to mist a lot, but now I have like 80 plus reptiles, so nope, not trying to get early onset, what is it, arthritis, carpal tunnel, I think it's the carpal tunnel is the one, so we use a misting sprayer. Any quantity of different reptiles is going to be a huge lifesaver just because of the fact that you have a nice reservoir that's going to hold a lot more water. I recommend, depending on how many animals you have, if you have less than 20, you can get away with a gallon. If you have over 50, I recommend a 2-gallon sprayer. I just have this gallon. I believe there are like 30 reptiles in here, something like that. Most need to be misses. It's pretty much just a tropical room that needs to stay. But New Caledonian stuff, frogs, stuff like that's in here. And I usually run out of this, I have to refill this sprayer every other day. So in the other room where I have a lot more larger enclosures, a lot more pets, I'm gonna have actually 2-gallon sprayer. It is very heavy. So instead of this game, you gonna be, I mean, look at this. Look. Facebook's, or wait, YouTube's gonna demonetize me now because I'm showing these guns off. What am I even doing? Sprayers get a little heavy, but trust me, it's well worth it being able to have a sprayer that's gonna last you 3 to 4 days before you need to refill versus something like those handheld ones. I'll put B-roll, it's in the other building, I don't wanna drive over. And it's just something like that, where that's gonna go out with me for, I'd have to refill that 3 times. For this one, every other day, not as bad. So I just realized all the other tools that I wanted to talk about in this video are actually in the other building. So I have to go drive there, grab them, and then bring them back. So I swear to God, you guys better like this video. I'm about to waste like 15, 20 minutes of my life driving to get props for a YouTube video. What has my life become? God damn it, this is gonna be one of those videos that gets like 100 views, and I just wasted 20 minutes of my life making it a video that no one's gonna watch. Hey, how's it going, guys? Number 3, infrared thermometers. Are you tired of reptile groups making fun of you because you're using those dumb, the Zoom ad dialogue ones? The ones that say it has like 80% humidity inside a fucking desert tank? Yeah, those don't work whatsoever, but these bad boys, are you ready for this? Watch this. Oh dang, I'm pretty hot stuff. These things were a lifesaver for me if you're trying to get into, well, if you're first starting out with animals and you need something that quickly reads temperatures. Your standard thermometer isn't going to do that. The digital thermometers are a little better, however, those are only regulating the basking air temps. You're not going to be able to measure the actual basking surface temps, which is very important. With that being said, I recommend these. I think I got this on Amazon. It's like $20. $20 on Amazon, and you can grab this. Maybe I'll link all the ones. I probably won't. You go to Amazon, you can find pretty much all this stuff. I bought most of this stuff off of Amazon. We'll just clear that up. The thermometer thing, it's pretty cool. You got a little laser. Pew pew. Bro, what am I doing in this video? I have lost any and all pride I've had in making these videos. It is just 100% stupid shit. Things work instantly. You just gotta click and point, and then it'll tell you immediately what the thermometer is or what the temperature is. So then all you have to do is, adjust basking temps, whether that be moving the basking bulb up or down, or even switching out for a higher wattage and or lower wattage, depending on your individual scenario. Now let me ask you another question, viewer. Has this ever happened to you? You're just chilling, hanging out in your reptile room. You want to take one of your snakes out because snakes are rad. So you just go in there barrel-fisted or actually open palm because you gotta, that's how you don't pick them up like this. You're trying to pick the thing up and then it bites you because it thinks you're food. I wish there was a device and or instrument that would allow me to make sure that my snake doesn't think I'm food. Oh my God. Whew. Fuck. Number 4. Wait, 2? What number are we on? I think this is snake hooks. This, my friends, has been a very useful tool for me. So when I first started keeping reptiles, I did not own that many snakes, really few. I think my boa was my only one until I moved in with my wife and she had a couple of other snakes. Now we have a pretty good amount of snakes. When you're getting into some of the more challenging species, the species are a little more aware than just your standard ball python, things like that. A snake hook is definitely awesome. I definitely don't want to catch my boa when she's, now that she's 7 or 8 feet long and thinking that she has my hands are food, so I just quickly boop the snoot, and then boom, she's like, that's not food. I'm ready to come out and be enjoyed by you, owner, now. It's that easy. Serious time. Now, if you have a snake that's a little bit more defensive or one that has a high food drive, snake hooks are awesome. I use these with my boa, carpet python, king snakes, things like that. Just give them a quick tap, and then that knocks them out of that feeding response. It doesn't like, don't fucking whack him. I'm saying like tap him, and it like taps him out of the feeding response, and then boom, you can just hook them. I like to hook my carpet because she's a little more defensive, so I just get a quick hook and get her on my hands, and then she's all a-okay, and I don't get bit. This tool is an anti-biting tool, and it is pretty rad. let me ask you one final question, viewer. Has this ever happened to you? You're hanging out, you know, going to check on your snakes, that you got the heat tape, or probably the Zoom Ed heat pad that sticks directly to the fucking tank, providing literally no airflow, and then all of a sudden you walk in, your house is on fire! Oh my god, how could this happen? Is it because there's no regulating something for that heat mat and it's just short wiring and that caused the tanks to blow up and explode and now there's fire everywhere? What an inconvenience. But there's something that can save you, viewer, and it's... oh, god damn it. Thermostats. Number 1. Now, I used to be just like you. One of those guys that was like, thermostat, spermostat. I don't need one of those because Zoom Ed sells heat pads, and why they wouldn't sell me a heat pad without the recommendation of a thermostat, and that would cause my house to catch on fire and my snakes to melt. No, Zoom Ed would. They do. They do. That's it. I follow the same principle with the government. Don't trust Zoom Ed heat mats. Don't trust the government. But I do trust this $20 piece of junk. When I was starting out a few years back, thermostats were actually pretty expensive, which is why that was actually a true fact about myself. I actually didn't use thermostats in the beginning. Again, when I owned just a couple of snakes, I just used I'm just gonna put this down. I used the standard, you know, heat mat, and I thought all was merry and good because thermostats were like $100 to $200, and I didn't want to spend that for something that literally is an anti-catching fire device. That didn't sound like a good enough reason for me to purchase it, so I didn't. And then 2 months later, I think a $300 EXO, it was a 36 by 18 by 36, I think it was like $200 or $300 enclosure, shattered the bottom because of the heat mat. While also lighting my desk partly on fire. The snake's okay, she's right here. She's a good snake. Yeah, so after that I was like, I should probably get a thermostat. This is probably the most important tool in my collection of, you know, reptile tools. Thermostats are vital. They are a necessity. They are not something that is an added precaution. It is a necessity if you don't want something to happen to your animal, your house, your possessions, you. If you're not gonna do it for the sake, do it for you. You might catch on fire. And that's an inconvenience. Now, thermostats range from a number of different prices. Some of the Herpstats and VE electronic ones would be a little more pricey, but they're a lot more, I found them to be a lot more accurate and I found them to be a lot more reliable. So I use Herpstats and VE electronics on any of my rack systems or any of the my incubators, things like that, because I feel like they regulate the temperature a little better. However, for some of my snakes, I got a little bit lazy and a little bit cheap, I'll say it, and I bought some of the lower style ones. I saw that Nerd uses them, so I'm like, if Nerd uses them, I'll probably be okay. Maybe. So I got this one for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks off of Amazon. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them now. They work great. I think the Zoom Ed also made a thermostat, so I don't trust the Zoom Ed heat mats by themselves, but I do trust them with the Zoom Ed thermostat. I think those are like 40 bucks, and they're pretty cool. They look a lot better than the, what is it, the Jump Start? This looks pretty trashy, but it does the job, and I have yet to catch on fire, so I feel like it does its job well. Alright, let's get into the bonus tip. The tip that I could not live without. This is the most important thing that I have. Bonus tip, the security system. Now, there are a number of different security systems you can go with, just making sure that all your animals are going to be safe. I personally opt for, I call it Old Reliable. It's a very good security system. Oh my god, oh god, oh. I think mine's a little dysfunctional, unfortunately. It does its job very well. However, it tends to attack me with everyone else. So I would, and it poops on me as well. So really just, I would opt to make sure you get one that is functional and doing its use because, you know, oh my god. I just feel like this one, it does its job enough, you know, so for the model that it is, I feel like this one's okay, but if I were you, I would opt for a model that is a little bit less angry. and it pooped on me again. Alright, let's summarize. I've had to drive 20 minutes for this video, I got bit and bleeding by a toke for this video, and pooped on. So please, for the love of God, if you're still watching this far into the video, share the video everywhere. I need this to be my viral video because so much effort. Literally, sweat, blood, and tears. Yes, I cried. Share the video. Alright, boys and girls, there you have it. We got 5 tools that will make you not look like a fool. Pretty good if I do say so myself. So, we are gonna wrap it up for today. If you liked the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see some more of my animals or my breeding projects, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, DBCB Exotics. We're also on TikTok. Like some cool merch like, oh, never mind. But I do, this is my, this design, that design, and that design. It's pretty rad shirts. You can find that down there at teespring.com, where we also have Patreon. Patreon.com/DBCBExotics, where you get cool premium DBCB content like pictures and animals I get before anyone else gets to see them. You guys get a first look, up-to-date updates on the animals I produce and how my breeding projects are going, and updates on my reptile building that I'm constantly constructing right now. I've spent like the last week trying to get this place to not look like total trash. So Patreon people get to see it, but you regular viewers, I'm gonna wait to show you to the very end. So you might want to sign up. It's $1 a month. I don't know. I guess the real question is, how much do you like DBCB Exotics? Because the other people like me enough to give me $1. But do you? Look into your heart. You could bring that $1 to helping the hurricanes, tornadoes, animals in need, hungry children, or you could give it to me and see reptile pics. The choice is yours. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.